Hello. Good evening or morning. We have more The Last Door, Season 2. Episode 2. Part 2. All of the twos. Last time we put an old man into a trance, and he rambled on quite a lot. And he kept mentioning a chap called Oscar. And hey, cant whistle. How the devil are you, good sir? Apart from the tired thing. I'm going to pick this mask's nose with my pointer. Anyway. We are... Do you need to know what happened in Season 1 to follow along with Season 2? Well, in Season 1 we were following the story of Jeremiah Devitt, who received a mysterious letter from his friend Anthony Beechworth. And we followed the story of Jeremiah as he tried to figure out the mystery of what happened to Anthony. At the end of Season 1, it ended up with Jeremiah possibly going beyond the veil into this sort of alternate dimension, maybe? Or just another, part of the universe, which is a lot more prime and a lot more horrific, potentially. And in Season 2, we are playing the part of a Dr. Wakefield, who, along with his friend Dr. Kaufman, is now trying to figure out what happened to Jeremiah Devitt, because Devitt was a patient of Dr. Wakefield. And so, hey Jack, you go ahead and look. Yes, so what did we do first? First, as Dr. Wakefield, we went to an old sanitarium, and we were kind of going around London. And ended up in a sanitarium in just an old house that used to belong to the person we were trying to track. And then Dr. Kaufman decided that his old mentor, who had a name that I can't remember, may be of some use. And that was in this house here, which is a location we can't currently go to, because we kind of did everything we needed to at that location. But it ended up with us putting... yes, trying to jack him. It ended up with us putting this old man into a trance. The old man had some kind of memory loss and wasn't really very coherent about anything. We ended up putting him into a trance, and during that trance he kept mentioning a person called Oscar. So the current point of the story is that we are now trying to track down Oscar somewhere in this town of Wickport, which I've never heard of and I think might be made up, but don't quote me on that. So now we have we have to choose whether we want to go to the inn or the town square. It could well have been both, even. And so here we are in the town square. We could enter the fisherman's lodge. We could listen to some sound effects of footsteps in snow, which I think is quite pleasing. And let's go in the fisherman's lodge. I see lots of drunk people to talk to. This lady is dressed rather elegantly for someone who came to drink in a place like this. These two fishermen have just given me a suspicious look. Well, if it's free, go for it. Oh, what's on the board? An old poster of a local traditional sport. Old pictures of the village's inhabitants. The wheel taken from the helm of a ship. Perhaps a trinket from the owner's days as a ship helmsman. What can we do here? Talk to the owner or talk to this gentleman over here? Good morning.
Let me drink in peace.
Are you a ship captain?
Why? What's it to you? Do I look like a captain? Does I look like a captain?
What most makes him look like a captain? I feel like anyone can buy a hat. That means nothing. Most people have hands too. So either we go for skin or earrings. Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving and all that malarkey. I'm going to go for coarse skin. Because of your coarse skin, weathered by years of salt and wind. Well, great minds think alike, Harrison. So do me and you.
You meet many folk in Wickport yet? It's common enough round these parts.
Alright, right, let's go for the earrings then. Because of the 3 earrings you are wearing. You have doubled the 3 capes, is that right?
Indeed I have.
Good Hope, Lewin and Horn. Therefore I hold the right to stand before kings and to piss against the wind. If I dies in the sea, these 3 rings will pay my wake. But no, that'll not happen now. Do you mean you will not set sail again? Okay, yeah, mic went out. Sorry. Whoopsie daisy. That was all me. I'm assuming it's back now because it's Twitch is telling, OBS is telling me it's back. Hurrah! Anyway, you may have heard 1 or 2 stories the fishermen tell about things seen out there. It is naught but tales for young'uns, mere superstition from men too cowardly to face the dark. Any good seaman knows that in the strong wind a stretched rope can shake and sing. I myself had mistaken such keening for the wail of a child, but there was one time it was nothing of the sort. Then the sea howled. It was not thunder, not a strong wave clashing with my ship. No, It was like a voice. It spoke to me in a language I cannot describe, a sound muttered by a living something, a call unlike anything I had heard before. And I understood. Yeah, let's leave him alone. What did you understand? I understood there was no more freedom for me, that the sea now had other lords. And whoever they were, I did know they would not share it. It's more people that just don't make any sense whatsoever. What happened then? As I navigated back to shore, I lost control of my ship in a great storm. The rocks of the cliffs did the rest. I do not know where the remains of my dear Augustine ended up with the passing of years and tides. I looked for them once, for many moons, but all I found was this bar and the bottom of an empty glass. I have never returned to the shore since. May she forgive me. Now, leave me be. I'll leave you alone to your thoughts. You have the gratitude of me and my whiskey, or that blathering worked up a right sore thirst. Can I cover your head with a cloth? No? Okay. So, good morning. I can't tell if that's a man or woman behind the bar. You want a drink? Do you know a man called Oscar? You mean Father Oscar? You can find him in the church when he's not in here. It's right outside. Have you ever met Professor Wright? That's the old guy that we put in a trance, Professor Wright. The Professor? Sure. Saw him here every other day as a young'un, always involved in the village. He was la-di-da all right, but folk respected him. He got stuck in. Didn't last though. Shut himself away. Started getting visitors from out of town. He stopped coming to the village eventually. Last I heard, he'd gone crazy. None of us knows for sure though. Been years since I saw him. What is with that man in the corner? Fred, you can ignore him. He's a sad, lonely drunk. Done. Okay, so we may have a Father Oscar in the church. Which is just right outside. Is this the church? Nope, that's a door we can't enter. Oh. The window is closed shut. Fair enough. Seemed a bit rude. Snow all but covers the window. Evidently, no one has been here to clear it in a very long time. It is too frosted over to see inside. This looks like a church. This is the door of the Church of Wickport. It's closed. Open it. Maybe it's locked as well. Right, let's see if we can go around the back. Ooh, the sea. An old rotting boat rests on the shore. The name Providence is written on the side. There's another Lovecraft reference. Oops. I need to find a battering ram or some explosives to get into the church. This is possibly true. There were an awful lot of locked doors in the manor that we went to when we saw Professor Wright. I'm quite annoyed to find another one. An old rusty bronze bell, typical of a seafaring vessel. It is engraved with the name Augustine. Well, that was the old drunk Fred's ship. Someone may be able to tell me more about it. I wonder who that someone could be. This old ship is completely wrecked. Is this ship the Augustine? Is this a ship that he spent many moons trying to find? And then it's like right down the street? I kind of hope not. I hope it's all some kind of prank. Some abandoned wooden planks. Perhaps they are here for the repair of local fishing boats. Can I not take a plank? Let me take a plank. I want a plank. I want a plank. I want a plank. Old rusty. Is there any other kind? Oh, my bones hurt. Right, can I talk to you now? Nope. Okay. Really don't like strangers. Right, let's go and ask old Fred about his bell. About the bell, sorry. Bit personal. Yep. Let's actually show him the bell. Why, that is the bell from the Augustine. My Augustine! Where on earth did you find it? I found it on the beach, near the shipwreck. I thought I would never see it again. I will clean it and make it shine anew. Wickport Beach? Our beach? Why, I must go. I must go straight away. Oh, to be reunited with my poor Augustine. What will remain of her? No, I dare not go. Oh, but I must. Good day to you, sir. Righto. Let's follow him down then. Ooh, the music. Nice. Sup, Fred? Neither the cracks in your hull nor your flaking paint, none of it matters. You are beautiful as ever, Augustine. Today we will watch the sun set together. Good sir, I cannot put into words of the great service you have rendered this drunken knave, just as you, a stranger, have brought me to my lost treasure. May this old sailor's spyglass, in whatever way it can, help light the way to yours. Take it. It is a gift from the heart. He is gonna fuck that boat. Right in the porthole. Okay, so we've got a spyglass, which is lovely. Should we try and go and look through some windows? You know, in a good way. Alternatively, let's try going to Wickport Inn. Oh wait, this is home. This is where I'm... well, it's not home, this is where I'm staying. Well, that's right. The other piece of news is that our friend Dr. Kaufman appears to be ill. Very slightly mysteriously. That's Kaufman's coat on the peg. I should respect Kaufman's privacy. Nah. An ugly painting. You're so judgmental. It is still snowing. Right, let's see if you've got anything useful to say. How are you feeling? Oh god, it's accent time. Okay, let me build up to this. I am feeling alright, mein Freund. Just a bit tired. I have discovered the identity of the man we seek. Oscar is the priest of Wickport Parish. The church door is closed. My dear Wakefield, what advice can I offer? The church would not remain closed all day. If you must wait, then do so, and in the meantime talk to the villagers. Perhaps they will reveal something about the professor. Alright. Thank you, my friend. Okay. That wasn't terribly useful. Maybe by the time we go back something will have happened. We still can't talk to any of these people, we can just silently judge them. Have you got anything more to say? Okay. I wonder if you know when the church will open. I knocked on the door, but there was no answer. Church? Let me give you some advice. Barmaids ain't the people to ask about church opening hours. This here bar is my church. Most of the village have come to see things my way too. We praise here these days. The whole village has forsaken the church. But why? The town is forsaken. No work on the coast these days, see? Few can make a living. Most of the fishers and sailors have up and left. Half the cottages lie abandoned. Those who stayed, they barely leave their homes, except to come here, of course. But surely there must be more than just this. Many coastal towns face the same struggle, but none lie abandoned. Well, there's rumours. Silly stories if you ask me, but some take 'em real serious. Fishers, big dependable guys, they'll tell you they've seen stuff out there on the water, apparitions, shapes among the rocks. I say it's the booze talking, and I should know. Who could see anything in all that mist anyway? But fishers, they're superstitious. Folk believe the tales, and one by one they just didn't come home no more. What can you tell me about Captain Morville? Does he come here often? I assume this is Fred. I don't know how he learned his surname. Fred? He's a regular. A sad, lonely drunk. Cool. That was useful. Oops. Okay. So we still can't go in here. You can't climb that drain pipe. Oh, now we can talk to them. Excuse me, are you spying on me as I continually walk past your window? I'm sorry, I did not mean to. You're not from these parts, are you? No, I'm just passing through. Are you alright? Yes. Could you do me a favour? For a long time I have wanted to visit the tomb of my lover, but I cannot leave the house due to my illness. Could you please leave these flowers there? No one in this village will do this service for me. Yeah, right. Where is it? Oh, you could not know how grateful I am. You're a good, kind person. You can go to the graveyard through that path right there. The name you need to look for is Carter. Randolph Carter, by any chance? Ah. Why were you spying on me? Oh, do not put it like that. It sounds so terrible. I just watch folk passing by. I cannot leave the house, so I spend my days at the window. It is awful interesting. You learn a lot about people this way, you know? How they walk, how they stroll, how they shuffle. Really? What can you tell me about myself? I have only observed you for a while, but I can tell you are on an important mission, looking for someone dear. There is a worry over your shoulders, and a long way ahead of you. Oh good. Someone else who knows more about me than I do. Well, that was remarkable. I am frankly astonished. What can you tell me about Father Oscar? He is a man who has lost his purpose. I see him walking aimlessly in the morning and evening, nervous and doubtful. Okay, it sounds like we need to be here morning or evening. What can you tell me about Captain Morville? Morville? Poor Fred is always drunk. In the old times, when he was not sailing, he had long walks on the beach and looked happy. But now, rare is the occasion when he gives a quick glance at the coast. He has lost all hope. You didn't see him walk past to his ship really happily then? Okay. What can you tell me about the barmaid? Eva is a woman with a strong character. Once I saw her kick out a group of drunk sailors from the pub without a doubt. She's in a bad mood lately because business is not what it used to be. She will not leave the village though, as did the others. I should go. Thanks for everything, and have a good day. Still can't get in the church, presumably. Nope, okay. Alright, let's go to the graveyard. Wish I'd talked to more people via their window. I could try talking to people out of my window, but I am 2 floors up, so I'm not sure it would be terribly useful. Okay, a graveyard. This will be nice and safe. Rose Carter, 1840 to 1885. Let's just see if there's another Carter, just in case. Bury my body with the salted driftwood, with the green seaweeds and the worn-out ropes, where I can feel the cold autumn breeze. Gerald Belay. Just come across as the angry American yelling at everyone. Ah, like Panda. Farewell to those of you that walk beside my grave. Here I lie, my name written on stone under the sun/snow.
Do not bring flowers to this place, for rum is all I crave. Now I rest under the same stars I sailed by when alive.
No. There is no name, date, or epitaph on this gravestone. That's going to be relevant later. Okay, but there was only one Carter, so let's leave the flowers here. The bells of the church. It seems the priest is calling mass. Okay, let's explore a bit more. Oh cool, a creepy tree. An windswept old gnarly tree is clinging onto the cliff with what roots moraine. Someday it will fall into the ocean below. That's life, dude. That's life. Good morning, I am Dr. Wakefield. You come from the town, don't you? You needn't answer, I know by your accent. Be careful around these cliffs, this is no place for tourists. It's hardly a place for anyone now. You best be on your way back. Strange things have been happening here. What do you mean? Seamen and fishermen alike swear to have heard voices in the rising tide. Inhuman screams, some of them say. And there are some who claim to have witnessed ungodly things in the dead of night. I once saw a ghastly thing crawling out there among the rocks. That thing, the one you saw in the rocks, can you tell me more about it? Late night it was, me on my boat. Fishing, that's when I gets the best catch. Then I saw it. Not under the water, as the others say. It was on a rock, perched there, like it was smelling for something. The shape of it, like nothing I ever saw before. Not walking on the earth, nor swimming in the sea. The thing was big and hunched over, like a crouching man. The way it moved made my flesh crawl. Whatever it was, the mist itself was its ally, hiding it from my bare eyes, and in the end, disappearing away together. I swear, should I see that horror again, I will take my most vicious harpoon and thrust it so deep in its wretched body that they will have to bury them together. Screams, you say? People have heard screams coming from the sea. Bloody drunks. They say the sea howls at them, as if that was something new. So what are you doing up here? Come here where I can, to watch the shore, just in case that thing comes back. The mist down there is just too thick, I can see it better from here, even if my eyes are not what they used to be. Damn it, if I could somehow regain my sharp eyesight again, by God I would impale that abomination for sure. Would a telescope be helpful, sir? Here, would this help you watch the shore? Why, it's old to be sure, but this telescope has been patched up to a rare beauty. You have my thanks, stranger. I am indebted. Oh, what's that? On the cliff there. Well, blow me. Not for free, sir. But if it isn't the Wrights' old summer house, I thought it entirely destroyed. Looks like you can get there using the old cliff path. Excuse me, did you say the Wrights' summer house? Well, yes. I never saw it myself, I was too young at the time, but everyone round here knows the story well. It was a terrible tragedy, you see. One night there was a landslide just beneath the house. Most of the building fell sheer into the sea, leaving only yonder ruins. Many died, though by a miracle, young Master Wright was spared. You can see it from here. Look, right there on the other side of the beach. Do you see it? Okay, we can go visit Cliff. You got anything more to say? I will not waver in my determination to destroy that thing, not while this old body of mine endures. Let's just have a quick look-see around here. Sharp rocks peek out from beneath the waves. These must be treacherous waters to sail. I don't want to push him off because then I'll lose the spyglass. Telescope. Oh yeah, also in the last episode, for Harrison's benefit, we found some kind of underground passage underneath Professor Wright's manor. And part of it was caved in, but then we heard someone playing a piano. So it seems like there's someone alive past the cave-in somehow, and also that there's probably a second entrance to those underground tunnels where we think there may be some research notes. So that's also what we're trying to find. Okay, so the priest was calling mass, so let's go to the town square and see if we can get in the church. How fortunate to be trapped in a caved-in tunnel with a piano. We don't think... well, I don't think he's necessarily trapped there, because we do think there's a second passage down there. Because we think the tunnel would have been caved in a few years ago. Which means the visitor down there must be able to come and go. Presumably. Can I ask you about any... oh, yeah, flowers. I have left the flowers on your lover's grave, as you asked. Thank you so much. I'm in your debt. Alright, can you, pay me? No? Okay. Alright, let's pop in ye olde church. That was a pun, or play on words. The window has been boarded up. A confessional. So Wickport serves a Catholic congregation. I mean, you did just talk about Mass, that's only a Catholic thing, right? He says, betraying his complete lack of Christianity knowledge. A humble altar. A humble Malta. Made of a small Mediterranean island. This neglected and decaying cross reflects the faith of the villagers all too well. Alright then, Oscar, what you got for me? Good morning.
Good morning, my son.
Are you personally acquainted with Professor Wright?
Why, yes, of course. Adam was...
rather is not merely a rather is even not merely a parishioner, but one of my closest friends. Since our youth we enjoyed many scholarly, but sometimes quite fervent discussions, he being an anthropologist and myself a theologian, that is, until he fell ill. But since he is like that, I have not visited him. Gosh, what a close friend you are. What's the matter, Father? What has happened to your parishioners? The village has seen bleak times. Many have left, and the rest have lost their faith. Every day I ring the bells, but no one answers. May God have mercy on their souls. Why do you suppose that is? I could not say. The mist that shrouds this coast and the shapes that swirl within have long been a source of hearsay. But lately, the stories people tell are not of pirates and smugglers, but something more sinister. Some say the devil himself has come to our shore. It is a rumour I dare not disregard. That was useless. What do you want to go and see him for? Oh. Wait a moment, please. I need to ask for a small favour. Please give this to Adam. I don't know if it will mean anything to him now, but it will bring peace to my soul if there is some token of our friendship resting by his side. How about you? Pillock. Okay, and now we can travel back to Wright Manor, should we so choose. Got anything else to say, you coward? Nope. Okay. What's this picture? Let's have a look. No, we can't have a look. Never mind. Oh, can we have a look like that? Yes, a picture of two young men. They could be Professor Wright and Father Oscar. What all have you bought on the Steam sale? Nothing yet. There are 4 things on my wish list that are on sale. I've got so many unplayed games though. Don't make me buy any. Okay, should we go back to the manor and show Professor Wright the picture, or should we go to his summer house first? Answers on a postcard, please. Number 2, the summer house. Let us go and see Cliff. These rocks look like the remains of a landslide. Oh. I wonder what landslide that could be. The roots of this venerable tree tightly grip the rocks that anchor it against the harsh winds. I'm not sure we can go further. No, okay, it's just the house. Oh, it's unlocked. An empty wardrobe. Its wood is rotted from long exposure to the sea air. This landscape shows the house as it was before the landslide ruined it. The foundations of the house are heavily damaged. I must proceed with utmost care. It could collapse at any time. What games have you bought on the Steam sale, Harrison? There's a peculiar indentation in the stone. Okay, I need something to put in that. Presumably I'll find something from the house to put in that. I don't think I've got anything worth trying here. Oh, this feels safe. This side of the cliff is heavily exposed to harsh sea winds and waves. There doesn't appear to be anything else to do here. So let's go to the manor and see if we can find something to put in that indentation. Not lewd. It's weird, but sales are different in the Korean store, and the one game you wanted wasn't actually on sale there. What game did you want? Is it Destiny 3? Okay, to the right manor. The main door is closed from the inside. Well, let's try and go around the back. It's actually Destiny 4. Touché. The side door's open again. Excellent. Why ever would you close it, indeed? Various ingredients. What food? Okay, let's just go and let's go straight to what's his face? What is his face? Professor Wright. Upstairs. Oh, it's a bit dark. Just checking I'm not being followed. Oh, the door is locked with a key. Well, that was Professor Wright's bedroom, and we can't get in apparently. So, I wonder if Mrs. What's-her-face is here. The housekeeper, whose name I can't remember. Anything happening in the bathroom? Nope. That old message is still there, the radiator's still there. Let's try. This might be Mrs. Ujima Flop's room. It won't open. It may be that I have to come back here at night time. Sorry, in the daytime rather than at night. Any books here? No. That's just an old message. Oops. Yeah. We've done this bit. Get on with it. Yeah, the games on sale that I wanted were all sort of, 11% or 20-something% off. There may have been one that was like 50% off, but no, yeah. It wasn't anything that was like, oh my god, I need to buy that while it's that price. Oh, come on, why are you walking that slowly? The fire is out. How did this happen? Let me relight it. No, I'm not allowed to relight it. Possibly because there's no wood there. Okay. Unless Mrs. What's-her-face has popped her clogs. Oh, this room was locked before. A cage covered with an embroidered cloth. The end of a phrase is written on it. A visitor will call. There is no bird inside this cage. We do have 2 cloths now. If the bird falls silent, a visitor will call. A coat stand. It is a simple wooden wardrobe. There is nothing of interest in here. There is a closed chest here. Oh, let's go snooping through her things. There is a key inside. So maybe the visitor that Professor Wright was rambling on about will only come when the birds are silent then. That would appear to be the message. Alright, let's see if the key is for this room just in case. No, it's not. Or is it? No, it's not. Okay. So presumably it is the key to Professor Wright's room. Let's try that. Ooh. Professor Wright is not here. The house is abandoned. A large wardrobe of engraved wood. There is an open book on the floor. The Book of Birds. It is a compilation of legends related to birds. Some of the text has been marked. The birds were travelling to meet their king when they reached a crossroads. The wretched crow tried to lead them astray and onto the path of mists. Many birds followed him and were lost forever beyond that veil. Only the wisdom of the crested hoopoe and the prudence of the red-feathered robin could lead the remaining 28 back onto the path of righteousness. Ever since, the birds have sung their praise, for without the hoopoe and the robin, silence will have fallen forever. Okay, so presumably those are the two birds that we need to make silent. Professor Wright's dressing gown and slippers. Still snowing outside. Okay, so let's go and see if we can make those birds silent. Oh, why do you walk so slowly around here? Wretched crows are the best bird. Indeed. Okay, so what was it? The hoopoe and the crested hoopoe and the red-feathered robin. So, not that one. Not that one. Crested one, maybe. Let's try that. The bird inside grows suddenly quiet. Not that one. Looking for a red-feathered one. A bird with red feathers on its head and breast. Could well be that one. Let's check the others though. Yellowish brown feathers. Pale brown. And long legs. Must be this one then. Let's see if they all go quiet and something sinister happens. The bird inside grows suddenly quiet. All the birds have suddenly stopped their chittering. Here comes the visitor. It sounds as if there's someone at the door. Is it the RSPB? That joke might land if you knew that that was the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. The door's been opened. Gosh, look at us race back to see who it is. Hello? Hello? They must have gone upstairs, surely. A door slammed. Oh dear. He looks poorly.
Oh God, Mr. Wright!
The poor man. It looks as if his heart gave out on him. His eyes, my God, they are fixed with an expression of utmost terror. Let me see, his fists are clenched. He is holding on to something. Yoink! It is some kind of stone figurine. He is holding it tightly, as if he was protecting it from someone. The figurine is beautifully carved, but it appears to be but one half of a larger artifact. What happened to him? I've seen death before, but never has a body left me so ill at ease. I am trembling. Trembling! The window is open. A cold wind blows into the room. Shut it. Shut the window. Shut the window. That's what he gets for sleeping on the floor. Yep. I mean, I just get a bad back, but some people get deaf. A cheerful scene that would have lifted my heart on any other day. It stands in stark contrast to the tragedy that has befallen this house. I'm not sure what he was even doing in this room, because he was in the other room before. This is serious. I must break the news to Kaufman, and of course the local authorities will have to be informed. You miss sleeping on the floor? You crazy boy. Oh, another one bites the dust. Kaufman! What is the matter? Kaufman!
Do not worry. I have given him a mild sedative. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Armitage.
Is there an Armitage in Lovecraft's writing as well? I think there might be.
The innkeeper called me because he was worried about your friend.
Pleased to meet you. I am Dr. Wakefield. What are Kaufman's symptoms?
Strong coughing, general feebleness,
dizziness. It is too soon yet for a diagnosis. It could be a simple cold, but the sudden onset and severity of his symptoms is certainly a concern. He must be monitored for the next few hours at least. Do not worry, Dr. Wakefield. I will remain here and take care of your friend. Kaufman is asleep. He breathes heavily and looks very pale. Doctor, this is far from my speciality, but do you think it could be something more serious?
It is too soon to know. Let us wait and see how his condition develops.
Still snowing. His coat. We're still respecting his privacy even when he's unconscious. Fair enough. Okay, so we have one half of an artifact that may go into this this opening. I was too scared to sleep in my bed till I was like 10, so I sleep on the couch downstairs most nights. What? What? Sometimes my parents wouldn't let me, so I'd sleep on the balcony over the foyer, which is where I'd sleep on the floor. What scared you about sleeping in the bed? Yeah, okay. That's clearly... This would easily fit in half of that, but we need the other half first, it looks like. So, where else can we go? Let's go back to the graveyard and see if this old chap has anything to say about Professor Wright now. Anything more to do with that? Nope. Hello, sir. Nope. You can tell me nothing. you want a picture? You want a picture? No, okay. I wonder who we can show that picture to. Or if that was literally just to get us to go back to the manor. You had nightmares about Scooby-Doo? That's adorable. Hey, Binky. How's it going, sir? You've got nothing new to say. Can I show you a picture? No, okay. Let's go to our friend in the window. Ooh, friend in the window isn't there. Let's go and see what the priest has to say. No, the church is locked again. Okay. You were scared at the 90s Scooby-Doo. Oh, can't whistle. You make me sad. Do you have anything to say? Can I show you a picture? Can I show you half of an artifact? No? Okay. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything we can do here. We just came from the inn. So the only other place is to go back to the manor and do a bit more snooping, I think. I mean, there was still that mysterious person who went in there. Let's go down to the basement. Nothing in here. Oops, missed. Let's see if anything's happened down here. Oops. Old furniture. A very slow walk. Come on, get in the hole. There we go. Nothing more here. Nope. Okay, let's go back up. Right, if we go back up to the attic and let's see if the piano's still playing. We can also check out what state those statues are left in. When we finally get there. If we ever get there. Not sure why he has to walk so slowly when he's carrying a lantern. Have we got anything more to say on this matter? Nope, still just a dead body. We haven't exactly managed to alert the authorities yet, but I don't know how. A few books on classical theatre. Oh, does the corpse want to see the picture? No, okay. Actually, let's just... There's a thin layer of dust on the coat rack, but not on the coat. Was there anything special about the birds in the cage covering? Yes. We actually, when we came back to the manor, Binky, we managed to get into the housekeeper, whose name I can't remember, wasn't around. But we managed to get into her bedroom, and she had another cage with another covering on it. So we had 2 covers in the end, and then we found a book from somewhere. Where did we find the book? Oh yeah, we went back to Professor Wright's bedroom. He was disappeared from his bedroom, but there was a book on the floor. And the book gave us the clue as to which 2 cages to cover. So we covered the correct 2 cages, and then all of the birds went silent. And that was when the visitor arrived. And after the visitor arrived, who we didn't see, we came back up here, and this door, when we came onto the landing, this door slammed. And then we went through this door, and that's when we saw Professor Wright's dead body. More bathroom shenanigans. Is there anything more in here? No. Right, let's go up to the attic. What's the deal around here? Is someone still playing the piano? The device is silent. The little pianist is gone. Okay, so the idea of this is that we need to unmask these 4 outside ones. We've got 3 of them with their masks off, but the 4th one is still be-masked. And the things that were affecting the masks were these things that are dotted around the house, but I've still only seen 3 of them. I don't know where the last one is. Let's try in here. A set of framed silhouettes. Under each is inscribed a plaque. Mr. Strachan was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of the Bartleys, and so he proposed to her. Young Agnes fancied the idea of marrying an older man, but she always hid her feelings from her mother. Mrs. Bartley did never take her eyes off her daughter, and watched them at all times. Mr. Bartley tried to show his support for their daughter, but his wife never paid any attention to him. Okay, so presumably we have to rearrange these to match the portraits. Maybe. Or just, you know, spin them around. So that wants to be Mr. Bartley. His wife never paid attention to him, so his wife wants to look the other way. So that appears to be right. Mrs. Bartley never did take her eyes off her daughter and watch them at all times, so she's facing the right way. Agnes hid her feelings, so she's facing the right way. And Mr. Strachan was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of the Bartleys, so he proposed to her. Oops. So that needs to be a man. Okay. That should be the solution to that puzzle. A compartment has opened in the wall. And here's the last thing. Excellent. What a lovely puzzle. And one puzzle that I actually managed to solve in a timely manner. Happens so rarely. Piles of paper of all kinds, discarded notes, letters and receipts, all mixed up. Many folders. They have no distinctive tag on them. Okay, that appears to be that. Let's have a quick look up here and just double check that those statues are all unmasked now. Unmasked. 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 The central statue is standing with its arms open. That's a development. Okay, so let's get down there and go to those statues. This is a long chapter. I reckon I've been playing this for about double the time as some other chapters in the first season. Broken clay pot. Did I miss something? Was there a broken clay pot up there? The fifth statue. It was holding a clay pot. Oh, was it? Okay, well, I guess when we get down there, we shall find out. You've got a much better memory than I have for this game that I'm playing. This is slightly worrying. The central statue has shifted its position, and the clay vessel has fallen to the ground. When the four remove their masks of lies, the path to the grave will be cleared. The clay vessel held by the statue is now broken into many pieces. There is an object among them. It must have been hidden inside. You went through the description of the statues before the puzzle. Oh, did I? Oh, okay. Yeah. See, you do have a better memory than than I do. It looks like a compass. It must be broken since it does not point north. Okay. What do I do with this? I wasn't really expecting to find this. Oh, I just follow the compass. Oh, okay, the compass moves every transition. Fair enough. Well, if I don't know where to go to in that case. Just plain south to the graveyard. Oh, the path to the grave lies open. That's what they said. I remember now. It'll be this unmarked grave in here. There we go. The compass points to this grave. Dig it open. Oh, I love grave digging in the middle of the day. There is something buried here. It's the other half of the figure. An engraved stone. It seems to be only half of a larger statuette. Shall we put them together? Joined together, the two pieces form an intricately carved figurine or idol. It is ancient, without a doubt. Okay, so let's put this inside that orifice, if you know what I mean. And I think that you do. I think we could be quite close to the end of this chapter now. Let's do it. Place an idol in the hole. It has triggered some secret mechanism. There is a passage behind the fireplace. It seems to lead into the cliff. So much innuendo in this chapter. You missed an old man getting in with his porthole earlier. Okay, presumably this is a secret passage that leads to the underground tunnel. I must go on. There's a note on the floor. Whatever you find down here, do not stop. Okay, that doesn't sound ominous at all. Watch the clip where I had to steam at the mirror. I didn't have to. I just, enjoyed it. That's a hole there. Let's just see what's down here first. Another hole. Well, as so often in life, we have a choice of two holes. Let's go in the first one. Oh, this is going to be some kind of crazy maze, isn't it? I'm going to get so lost. Thanks, Harrison. You too. Oh, wait, isn't this where I came in? Nope, just a dead end. Okay. So if we retrace our steps this way, we can enter the second hole. It is some viscous substance. It could be some kind of fungus, or maybe the decomposed remains of an animal. Let's walk around that, maybe? I mean, presumably I have to go that way, but there is a wide pit in the middle of the chamber. It descends deep into the dark. I think I hear the sound of the sea far below. Gonna walk around it? No. I can walk up to the hole, but no further. So let's walk through the Ica. Oh, I was hoping it would kind of squelch when my footsteps reached it. Never mind. Let's come through this way. I can hear piano music. These are human remains. The flesh is gone, but the bones look undisturbed. How long have they lain here? Why on earth did Professor Wright not alert the authorities? I must press on. What possible research could have led to this? Ooh, this looks lovely. It's a door. Well, there's the piano. There is a strange metal device hanging from the ceiling. Well, as we already know, Dr. Wakefield, that's how Professor Wright was listened to his subjects down here. There is a grand piano placed in the middle of the room. Shall we have a tinkle, Dr. Wakefield? that discordant note woke you up. I kind of love that. Alright, let's see who was playing the piano. I hear footsteps. Ooh, a choice of 2 doors. Let's go in the first one, it's bigger. Some more footsteps. Oh. The drawing represents a human figure stepping through some sort of archway or door. I wonder if that's symbolic. That sounded like someone undoing their trousers. Oh, no, dead end. Let's pop back. Is there a door over this way? That was the symbol for the sage, wasn't it? Was it? How do you remember this shit, Binky? Seriously. I guess it makes sense, giving... I don't know. Please don't lose your job, Jaxper. Just one guy's advice. Oh. Another metal device hanging from the ceiling. Oh. I think that's back here again, so let's go further on this way. Another hole. This doesn't look creepy. A small passage goes into the brick wall. It is too thin to pass through. It's the monster's glory hole. Oh, is that it? Well, that's disappointing. You sure we can't do anything with that? Can we shine a torch through there? Can we light a match in there? Can... oh shit, not this again. Can we show it a picture? No. Okay, so I think if I go this way, I get back to the piano room. I think. Nope, I'm just plain lost. Oh yeah, we did lose all our matches last time, didn't we? What is this place? It's a little creepy. A strange machine. It does not appear to be working anymore. Another note. Who was gone will be back not the same, but somehow changed, because that which lurks behind the door waits, and no one that has crossed through can hope to escape its blessing. I must tell Kaufman about all of this. Oh, he's dying. Don't be silly. These clothes are torn down to unrecognizable shreds. There is a tag in here with 2 initials, H.A. H.A. I don't recognise those initials. Then again, I did have like a 6-week break from playing, so who knows. There was a large archway carved on the stone wall of the cave. Anything else? Nope. Okay, I mean that appears to be all we can do down here. Which is a little odd. Surely we don't just come all the way here and then go back to tell Kaufman. That seems a bit anticlimactic. Oh, there we go. What was that? Part of the wall stone seemed to have dislodged from it, leaving behind a large, dark hole. Ooh. We've got a new friend! Achievement unlocked. Fear itself. The adventure continues in episode 3. New friends are scary. That's why I stay with old friends. Because they don't creep up on you. Little disappointed there's no music, gotta say. Anyway, that was episode 2 of season 2. Quite a long one, but quite enjoyable. There's some good puzzles in there. I still think my favourite puzzle so far is the one that got us through the mist in London. The one that I just did not have a clue about until Binky pointed out what to do. Yeah, it was a lovely episode. And the first time we've seen something properly dodgy and creepy and otherworldly, I guess. Before it's all been weird, like dreams and trances and drug-induced visions and stuff like that. But that appeared to be genuine horror, which is lovely. Okay, I'm going to end the stream there. I'll be back with episode 3 probably next week. Thank you very much for watching and for your company. I shall see you all on the Twitters. Have a happy Thanksgiving, if that's what you're doing. Have a happy Thursday evening, if that's what you're doing instead. Either way, take care, and have fun, and goodbye.